class. So basic. Same lesson, that is the chemical reactions and equations. Now in today's class we are going to discuss about the last type of reaction that is mentioned in your syllabus, and that is called the oxidation, reduction reactions. It is very much clear by name that in this reaction the two combinations are there. One is called the oxidation and one is called reduction. Basically or generally, the process occurs simultaneously in any chemical process. The oxidation and reduction reaction is also called as redox reaction. RED from reduction and OX from oxygen. So it is called redox reaction. This is a common name for this process. What is actually occurs in this process? In this process, two processes going on. One is called oxidation and one is called reduction. Okay. Now oxidation and second is the reduction. Two processes going on simultaneously. Now question is, what is oxidation? The two conditions are here for oxidation. What is the first condition? In any chemical process, if oxygen is added, then the process is called oxidation. In any chemical process, if oxygen is added in the reaction, then it is called oxidation. If oxygen is added, something has to remove. If hydrogen is removed, that is the removing of hydrogen. If in any chemical process, if oxygen is added or hydrogen is removed, then the process is called the, or reaction is called the oxidation. What about the reduction? Just opposite to this. In any chemical process, if hydrogen is added, means adding of hydrogen, then it is called reduction. And removing of, if hydrogen is added, something is removed, removing of oxygen, just opposite to the oxidation. It means oxidation and reduction is just opposite to each other. I am keeping left this position, that is the third, that we will discuss later. For process of oxidation and reduction, certain agents are needed. Agents are the substance which actually perform the process. Two processes going on, one is the oxidation and one is the reduction. It means in these reactions, two agents are needed. One agent which is able to perform the oxidation and one the agent which is able to perform the reduction. So two agents are there that we call the oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So two agents are there. Agents are the conditions or the situations or the simple adjustment which able to perform the reaction smoothly. So what is oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agents are the agent which gives oxygen. Why they give the oxygen? They give the oxygen for reducing it. Okay, they give the oxygen. It means they pick up oxygen from here and give that oxygen to another one. It means they remove the oxygen. Giving oxygen is removing the oxygen. Which remove hydrogen. Remove hydrogen means for the oxygen, they vacant the place. They displace hydrogen from a particular place and fix the oxygen at that place. Okay, so then they are called the oxidizing agent. Here also I must left the third position that we will discuss afterwards. Now what is reducing agent? Reducing agents are the agent which gives hydrogen. Okay. If hydrogen is given in any reaction, that particular substance is called the reducing agent, or which remove oxygen, that is called the reducing agent. Here also one place is second, that we call the third position. Whatever the question going on in the exam, you are given one equation. You have to actually show the oxidation and reduction process in that equation. Okay, there is no need of definition or anything. You have only show the process of oxidation and reduction in that equation. Let us suppose one equation is there. Copper oxide combines with what? Oh sorry, copper oxide combines with oxygen. Or not the copper oxide. Okay, take this equation one. Copper oxide combines with hydrogen. Now what happened when copper oxide combines with hydrogen? That copper plus water is formed. This is a simple equation is there. Now what is going on in the equation? Look at carefully. See here. Here copper is combined with the oxygen, and this oxygen is not present here. Means copper oxide remove the oxygen. So what is going on here? When copper oxide turns in copper, it actually remove the oxygen. Okay, oxygen is removed from here, and we know that if the oxygen is removed, then the process is called reduction. So what is going on here? Reduction. Okay, now where that oxygen goes? That oxygen which is removed from here combines with this to form H2O. It means the oxygen which is released by copper oxide is gained by hydrogen to form water. What is going on here? That is adding of oxygen. Okay, if adding of oxygen is there, then this process is called oxidation. Simple. This is the redox reaction or oxidation and reduction reaction. So what you have to do in the exam? You have to pick out the substance which oxidize, substance which reduce, who is the oxidizing agent and who is the reducing agent. You have to pick out four things. Substance, oxidized, second, substance reduced, third, oxidizing agent, and fourth, reducing agent. Reducing agent. You have to pick out all this four in this from this equation. First, you have to show the process like this by using an arrow. Then you have to pick out all this. Which substance is oxidized here? The substance which is oxidized here is hydrogen. Now which substance reduced here? Copper oxide. Now the question is there, what is oxidizing agent and what is reducing agent? Oxidizing agent is the agent which gives oxygen. So which substance gives oxygen? Copper oxide actually gives the oxygen. So oxidizing agent is copper oxide, and gives or hydrogen. Who is giving the hydrogen? That is the reducing agent. So hydrogen is actually reducing agent. So this is the explanation of the equation. You have to show all this in the examination. Okay, move few more examples. I'm not rub this. I'm going to rub this only. Some example, one or two more example that is mentioned in your CBSE book. Then you have to do the practice. As I told you, practice only make you perfect in all this type of the equation. So must pick out some equation from previous year question paper. I'm also going to try to give some questions, some equation in your practice exercise. Okay. Now take one more example, that is copper combines with oxygen. Okay, I'm going to write it again because we need some place above this equation also. Copper combined with oxygen to form copper oxide. Okay, copper combined with oxygen to form copper oxide. Okay, what is going on here? Copper here get oxidized. Why the copper get oxidized? Because adding of the oxygen is with copper. Here copper get oxidized. Adding of oxygen. Adding of oxygen. So it is oxidation. But the oxygen itself releases one oxygen. This is O2. This O2 gives one oxygen. To whom? To copper. This O2 gives one oxygen to copper. It means removal of oxygen is also here. Removal of oxygen. And so this is called the reduction. Now what you have to pick out? The substance which is oxidized is copper. Substance which is reduced is oxygen. Now what is the reducing agent here? The reducing agent is, okay, for reducing agent is copper and oxidizing agent is oxygen. As you know that, who gives the oxygen? Oxygen is given by oxygen. Okay, who release the hydrogen or remove the oxygen? That is the copper. So this is the explanation of the equation. Let's move towards one more example. Again, I am going to rub this position portion only. Okay. One more equation is given in your NCERT book. That is manganese dioxide. Oh, again, I am writing it here. Manganese dioxide, MnO2, combines with hydrochloric acid. And due to this combination, three substances are formed: manganese chloride, water and chlorine. MnCl2 plus H2O plus Cl2. Three substances are formed here. The first thing is that you have to balance the equation. Okay, I am going to write here directly. This is 4, this is 2. Okay. Now this is a balanced chemical equation. For oxidation reduction, there is no, you don't have to worry, because the equation which is mentioned in the question paper or in the exam, that must be balanced equation. Okay. Now what is going on here? Let's see it carefully. MnO2 converted into MnCl2. So what actually happens here? This MnO2 releases oxygen. What is going on here? It is removing of oxygen. Removing of oxygen. If oxygen is removed, then this process is called reduction. Simple. It is reduction. Okay. What is next happen in the equation? Here HCl is there, and this HCl, it is get converted into Cl only here. It get converted into Cl. It means that HCl removes the hydrogen. Okay. If the hydrogen is removing, here the hydrogen is removing. If the removing of hydrogen is there, removing of hydrogen, then the process is called oxidation. Okay. The substance which is oxidized. Which substance oxidized here? The substance which is oxidized is HCl, and which substance reduced here? That is MnO2. And which is the oxidizing agent and which is the reducing agent? I am going to tell you. Simple the thing is there. The substance which is oxidized, that is actually reducing agent. And the substance which is reduced, that is actually oxidizing agent. But you have to check by definition also. As I told you, I must vacate one place in each places. That is third condition. So let's move towards the third condition. Let's move towards the third condition. Why I am vacating that third position? What we have to write in this third position? Okay. In this third position, one modern explanation of the oxidation reduction or the redox is going on. That is called the electronic concept. Electronic concept. I don't know whatever amount of this understanding of yours in this 10th class, but you have to know it little bit because we have to study further chemistry in 10th class also, where we must take the different formation, and you know very well what about the what is the ions. Actually this is the work of ion. Electronic concept means the process which is related with the electron. Electrons, you know very well what is the electron. Electrons which are placed in the orbit. Till now you know electrons are the placed in the orbits. They revolve around the nucleus, and the outermost orbit is important because it shows the valence number of electron is placed there, and that shows the reactivity of the substance. So one more concept is that is called the electronic concept. This is the modern concept. Oxidation is the process if the loss of electron is going on. Loss of electron. I'm going to write it with another color. Loss of electron. Loss of electron. If in any process, if the electron is lost, then this process is called the oxidation. It means for in electronic concept, what is reduction? Adding of electron. Adding of electron. Adding of electron. One simple equation is there. Sodium combines with chlorine to form sodium chloride. This is one chemical equation. What is actually going on here? Okay, this is sodium. Sodium is having 281. You know very well. For reaction, sodium gets converted into sodium ion. You know very well. Sodium gets converted into sodium ion. What is the sodium ion? The number of electrons present in outermost orbit. It means this one electron is loosed here. Losing of electron. If electron is loses for there, this process is called oxidation. Where this oxygen is electron is going on? We have the chlorine. This is the chlorine. You know very well. 287. What happened? This chlorine gained this electron, and it's become 288. Okay. What is here? Here removing of oxygen. Sorry, removing of electron. Or we are right like that. If you understand it better, if you want to show it properly, the way to write it is like that. We know that electron possesses negative charge. Electron are the negative particle. This is electron. And what is going on here? Minus electron. One electron is lost here. And that electron is added here. So if removing of electron is there, loss of electron is there, then this process is called oxidation. When adding of electron is there, this process is called reduction. This is only for understanding. Simple, that is the electronic concept. That is not too much tensionable for 10th class, but you have to know it that. In electronic concept, what is the condition for oxidizing agent and the reducing agent? The substance which gain electron. Gain electron. Okay, to gain the electron here, this is called the oxidizing agent. Okay, it means what is the reducing agent in electronic concept? The substance which lost electron. Lost electron. Who lost the electron? This. So it is the reduction. Reducing agent. Now I think it is very much clear. Once again, I told the students, you have to make some practice. Must pick out some equation or go through the practice question that is given in this video only and practice it. Practice it carefully.